Hello, everyone. Welcome back to your English class. I'm Jasmine, and this is the 35th module. In this module, we are going to continue with the chapter The Enemy, written by Pearl S. Buck, taken from the book Vistas. In the previous module, we saw Dr. Sadao, along with his wife Hannah, was trying their level best to save the white man's life. They were about to perform an emergency operation for him. Now let's continue reading further. When Hannah saw Sadao inspecting the wound, she felt a kind of suffocation with fear. As Sadao looked at her, he saw that her face was the color of sulfur. He felt that she was looking so weak. Sadao reacted and ordered Hannah not to faint. He did not stop his work and continued inspecting the wound. Sadao said that if he stopped, the injured man would certainly die. Suddenly, Hannah put both her hands on her mouth, jumped up, and ran out of the room. Sadao heard her vomiting in the garden, but he continued with his work. Further, as Sadao needed Hannah's help to operate the man, he thought that it would be better for her to empty her stomach so that she would not feel uneasy again. He was reminded that Hannah was seeing an operation for the first time, and it was not a pleasant thing to see. Sadao was irritated and impatient as his wife was under stress and he was not able to help her due to the man who lay under his knife. The white man lay there just like a dead person. As you read further, you can see how Sadao acted as an insensitive person. Sadao became merciless and started working fast. The injured man moaned in his state of unconsciousness, but Sadao kept on working without paying attention to the man's pain. In fact, he said to the injured man that he was free to cry in pain. Sadao was not concerned that the man was in pain. He did not want to operate him and did not have any reason for doing so. Meanwhile, Hannah rejoined Sadao, but this time she looked more confident. As soon as she entered the room, she asked Sadao for the anesthetic which she had to administer to the injured man. Her voice was clear, which shows that now she was prepared to help him. Sadao moved his chin to guide her to the bottle of anesthetic. He added that it was good that she came as the man had started to gain consciousness and it was important to sedate him. Hannah held the bottle and some cotton in her hands. She asked further what she was supposed to do. For that, he told her to put some anesthetic on the cotton and to place the cotton near the man's nostril. He did not stop his delicate work and added that she should remove the cotton when the man started to breathe badly. As you read further, Hannah sat in a squat and went close to the face of the sleeping American man. She felt sad and sympathetic toward him as she saw his thin face and twisted lips. She knew that he was suffering. She wondered whether the stories that she had heard about the torture met by the prisoners were true. The stories were like rumors which spread when people told them to each other. On the other hand, in the printed media, like the newspapers, it was mentioned that the Japanese army was welcomed wherever it went, and people praised it for their freedom. But in between, Hana recalled an officer of the Japanese army, General Takima, who was cruel to his wife and would beat her. But she was also reminded by the fact that no one talked about it anymore, as he had won the war in Manchuria. Hannah further thought that if a man could be so cruel towards his wife, then he could also be cruel to a prisoner in his captivity. She further hopes that the man had not been tortured by the army. Just then she saw a deep red colored mark on his neck under the ear. Now let's wind it up here and let's wait and see what happens further in the story in the upcoming modules. Thank you.